Today, we're going to be making some weird foods that were featured on the holiday episodes of some of my favorite TV shows, such as Rachel's Trifle from Friends, one of Bob's Burgers' special burgers of the day, and the horrendous Santa burger that Luke gave Lorelai in Gilmore Girls. Starting off with the most important meal of the day, breakfast at Luke's Diner, we're going to be making Luke's Santa burger. According to Bustle, this Santa burger is laid on 2 pieces of Wonder Bread, 1/2 of a hamburger bun. The beard is made of cream cheese or mayonnaise. The eyes are green olives. The nose is a cherry tomato. The lips are made from a red pepper. And they don't say what makes the Santa hat so red, but I'm assuming it's ketchup. And that sounds absolutely disgusting. So I took it upon myself to try to make this a little more edible and try to make it not so appalling. Instead of using white bread for the hat and the beard, and even for like the head underneath the patty, we're gonna use some pancakes. And the face, like the burger patty, will still be a patty. Granted, mine is not as round and pretty and grilled as the one on the show, but it should do. Hopefully it'll be fine. Since my burger patty doesn't really look like skin colored, I'm gonna add some cookie butter spread to make it like tan. And instead of ketchup, we're gonna go with jam. And instead of mayonnaise, we're gonna use homemade whipped cream. Let's assemble this. I feel like it shouldn't be too disgusting considering pancakes and sausages are a thing in the morning. You know what I mean? So I really don't think it should be that gross. Will it be that pretty though? Who knows? Probably not. First, let's make the shape of the Santa Claus. I'll use the uglier pancakes, like this one, for the head, because no one will see it. Let's cut around that. This burger patty isn't it's not a perfect circle by far, but also it looks more like a head shape, I think. Does this look good? No, you don't care. You just want food. Next will be, let's do the beard, because I feel like this already kind of looks like a beard. This part and this part. This is too long of a beard. All right. And then time for the hat. Look how pretty this one is. Not on that side. Let's put a little bit of foundation on Mr. Santa Claus here. Oh, just everything's tan now. Time for the whipped cream, I suppose? Oh, it's a little wet. Does this need to be raised? I feel like it's got like a level difference. Raise this up a little bit. There we go. Wow. This is looking so cute already. So we're gonna put jam as the hat. Okay, for the eyes, unfortunately, I do have olives. Oh my gosh, she looks terrifying. For the nose, I opted for something a little less obscene, and we're gonna go with a little raspberry. It just leaves us with a little mouth of a tomato. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Let's add some finishing touches. Sarah, you've got a beard on your eye. This is absolutely hilarious. The olives for the eyes, I think, really make it. And I'm actually quite surprised he looks like Santa. Like, this actually looks like Santa. And I think the more horrifying part is eating it. So let's taste this, shall we? I'm gonna try to get a little bit of everything. So we've got the jam and the whipped cream. We've got the burger patty with the olive. Half of the raspberry, some tomato. Mind you, this is actually breakfast for me right now. Like, I woke up not too long ago and I haven't eaten anything yet, so this should be good. The main flavor profiles of this was jam and olive. That sounds kind of gross, right? It sounds a little bit gross, but actually, have you guys had like a jalapeno popper dipped in like jam? I don't know why, but the olive really reminded me of a jalapeno, which makes it less gross somehow. The tomato, I'm sure, was blended somewhere in there, and I didn't really taste the raspberry at all. And yeah, the whipped cream was fine. It actually tasted better than the whipped cream by itself, because by itself it was like a sweet tofu because it's dairy free. As I chewed it more, it got a little more disgusting. It was just a little off-putting. The flavors didn't really go that well together. But honestly, if I had like made the burger patty a little bit better, or maybe thinner, and made it, I should have made it an actual breakfast sausage, like a sausage patty. What was I thinking? That would have actually been really good. But this is actually not bad. Like, I will eat as much of this as I can and make my boyfriend eat the rest of it. Next up for lunch, we're gonna head over to Bob's Burger and make his Christmas burger of the day from season 6, which is the pear tree burger. There's not much information on what's actually on this burger, except I assume pears. So I took a little bit of creative liberty and created a pear burger that I think Bob potentially would serve at his restaurant. Ooh! And this burger will obviously have a bun and a patty, but we'll also be adding a Bartlett pear because it was a little softer. I thought that could go well in a burger. And for the cheese, we'll use a brie. And just to add some greens in there, we're gonna add some micro arugula. Instead of getting just regular hamburger buns, I thought Bob might be a little bit fancy, especially if he's making a fancier burger. And I went with the brioche styled buns. The patty is just some regular beef patty, but I did melt some brie on top. For the pears, I did caramelize them, or like cook them down a little bit. So I chopped them up, added a little bit of water, a little bit of sugar, a little butter, and just heated it up on the stove. And that's about all the prep I did for this burger. And admittedly, the proportions are a little bit off. The burger patty is a little bit too small for the bun, but let's give it a taste. It's exactly what you would expect a pear and brie burger to taste like. I got a lot of the pear and it was quite sweet, but it wasn't like overwhelmingly sweet, and it was very brie-y. That burger really wasn't bad. I did end up eating it for dinner, but I do feel like it's missing something. It could have been a little more savory. So perhaps if I added like a garlic aioli or something else in there, it probably would have tasted better. But yeah, I just don't know what else it's missing. And to finish off the day of eating interesting foods, we're gonna head over to Monica's apartment and friends and eat Rachel's Trifle. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Rachel's Trifle, it consists of ladyfingers, jam, custard, raspberries, beef sauteed with peas and onions, more custard, bananas, and whipped cream. A lot of people make this trifle and switch out the beef and onions with another like dessert to make it less gross, but I wanted an authentic Rachel trifle. So I decided to make everything from scratch, just like Rachel did. So here's the thing. I wanted to be an overachiever and make my own ladyfingers, and boy, should I not have done that. Because I have the ladyfingers. A ladyfinger. I have a lot of ladyfingers actually, but here's the thing. They're like glued to this pan and rock hard. So while I've never officially had a ladyfinger and I'm not really sure how they're supposed to turn out, I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to be crunchy like a cracker. But I gotta say, it's not bad. So since I have leftover pancakes from the Santa burger earlier, and there's 2 layers of ladyfingers in this trifle, the first layer will be this hard thing, and the second layer I'll substitute for some pancakes, just in case it's supposed to be like fluffy and soft. I'm trying to look for the appropriate vessel for this, and since I only want to make 1 serving or less, I'm gonna use this little cup and, you know, get started. Got my first layer of ladyfingers, and then there's a layer of jam. Then a layer of custard, which I made from scratch, which I actually did make from scratch. Then raspberries, more ladyfingers, which I will substitute for a pancake. Then beef sauteed with peas and onions. And actually, this was very delicious for dinner the other day. Maybe not together as a trifle. More custard and bananas. Hopefully there's at least one side that maintained its layers and looks pretty. Oh, and that's it. And then whipped cream. As a trifle, just in its layers, this looks pretty good. I'm kind of regretting this right now. Like, I just feel like this is just gonna be so gross. I think this bite has everything in it. It just smells like beef and like custard, you know what I mean? And tofu. Actually, like, for real, it's not actually that bad. The beef is very separate when you're chewing it. Like, there's the custard and banana, and my banana is a little tart. Although it looks very ripe, it's not very sweet. So then you just taste like the custard and banana, which kind of tastes like banana pudding. And then as you're chewing, you get like some beef in there, and you're like, oh, I'm also eating beef. But it doesn't taste like feet. I mean, I don't know what feet taste like, but it doesn't taste like that bad. In that bite, I had more ladyfinger and like banana, so it was like just more sweet. And then at the end, I'm still chewing beef, you know? I wouldn't purposefully serve this to anyone, but if someone served this to me accidentally, I'd eat it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the one person online who also made this was like, don't, but it's not so bad. If you're really curious about what this tastes like, I'd say go for it. But if you're looking for something to like taste good and serve to people, I wouldn't recommend you make this. Just for funsies, like if you're having a party doing weird TV show foods, you can make this and I'm pretty sure people would eat it. Like, it's not that bad. All right, I know I said it wasn't that bad, and I did eat a few more bites of this trifle, and about 5 minutes later, I felt very queasy. So maybe I wouldn't recommend you serve this at a party or make anyone eat it. But if someone did serve this to me by accident, I would eat it. Well, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching me make and eat weird foods. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!